Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, also known as Soul Tribe Mama. If you don't already know me, I have 3 kids. I'm pregnant with my 4th child. It's actually my 3rd boy. And I'm in my 2nd trimester. I'm about to be in my 3rd trimester. So the end of the 2nd trimester. I did a video on my 1st trimester, like must-haves and essentials. So I'm gonna leave that here up at the top and also down at the bottom. Also down in the description below. If you want to check that one out first, pause this video, watch that one, and then come back to this one for the 2nd trimester must-haves. So let me just get started. A couple of these I talked about in the 1st trimester must-haves, but these are something that you definitely need pretty much throughout the whole pregnancy. So I'm going to talk about them again in this one, and then I have some new ones too. So let's jump right in. So first off, I'm going to start with something that you're going to need all the time. This is TUMS. Obviously this is not the brand TUMS. My husband got me the off-brand, still works just as good, but TUMS is literally going to become your best friend. If you haven't already had any indigestion or heartburn, it's going to happen. And sometimes, some pregnancies it'll be just a little bit, and some pregnancies it's like a fire-breathing dragon coming up through your throat. So that has been the case pretty much with all of my pregnancies around the 2nd and 3rd trimester, is that fire-breathing dragon. And let me tell y'all, it is not fun, especially for me. It always ends up happening at night. I could drink a glass of water at like 9 p.m. at night, and within like 15 minutes, I have the worst heartburn. So I eat these like candy, which is why there's like hardly any left. I leave these right by my bedside table so I can take them whenever is needed. I put them in my purse during the day, just in case it comes up during the day. Thankfully, I really haven't had a big problem with that during the day. It's mainly at night. But to help you sleep at night, because I have had that also, where it's woken me up in the middle of the night because it's just burning like crazy, you need these. All right, I'm gonna stay on the medication like trend that I'm starting with. This was in the 1st trimester must-haves or essentials. It is the Fiber Choice gummies. I got these off Amazon. I will have everything linked that I'm talking about today down below in the description box if you want to check it out. But these are a must-have. You are going to get constipated. Nobody ever wants to talk about that. It's gross and annoying, and you know, we're girls and we try to be proper. But you're gonna get constipated. Sometimes it starts in the 1st trimester, sometimes it doesn't start till you get way bigger in your 2nd and 3rd. Just think about it like this: the baby is down there, so everything is moving up, making less room for your tummy and your intestines and all of that stuff. So with that being the case, it's gonna slow everything down, and that is how you get constipated. Now, there are medications that you can take through your OB. If it gets to a point where it's so bad, they will try to give you different things that you can get over the counter. But as I mentioned in my 1st trimester, you want to start taking these right at the get-go. So it really gets everything going. So as you get bigger, it's not going to be as hard on you. You can also add in a stool softener if you want to. Make sure that it's one, I use the brand Colace, but make sure that it's one that is not going to make you cramp. You want to make sure you're just buying the one that's just for stool softener. It's pretty much, Colace is what they give you in the hospital after you have the baby. They're going to give you that also to help you go to the bathroom after you have the baby. So like I said, just make sure that you're taking, if you don't already have a ton of fiber in your diet, which I personally don't, I'm really bad about that, then you definitely want these on hand. I usually put, I eat about like 4 of these every night so that it works throughout the night, and the next morning I can go to the bathroom. I'm sorry if that's TMI for some of y'all, but pregnancy is glamorous and beautiful, but also there are parts to it that are not so glamorous and not so beautiful. But we have to talk about all of them because it's real life. And even though this is a fun time in your life, you're also gonna get parts that suck really bad. So I want y'all to be prepared, just like I have. It being my 4th pregnancy, I've gotten all this stuff down. I know exactly what works for me, what I like, what I know. I know my body. Now, obviously, everybody's body is different. So if you're unsure about certain medications, even if they're over the counter, always consult with your doctor first, your OB. You're gonna wanna talk to them. Mine, every single time that we get pregnant, we get this piece of paper and it shows pretty much every symptom that you could possibly think of, whether it's a headache or pain or a cough or whatever it is, and they put down the exact brand and amount that you should be taking while pregnant that is safe for pregnancy. So most doctors do that. If they don't give you a piece of paper like that, just ask. They'll tell you exactly what you can take and what you can't take. So I always like to say that because you don't want to take somebody's advice and then your doctor is not okay with that. Okay, moving on. Also, you are going to get restless leg syndrome. I have restless leg syndrome when I'm pregnant and when I'm not pregnant. It gets worse when you're pregnant. If you didn't have it before, you're gonna get some type of restless leg syndrome when you are pregnant. And of course, it always happens at nighttime. You start feeling like you need to go run a mile, or you're exhausted, but your legs just will not calm down. One thing I really like to do is get in the bathtub at night. I do that every single night to calm my body down. But the other thing is gonna be melatonin. Melatonin is gonna be your best friend. These are the 10 milligram, but you can also take the 5 milligram ones. These are the pill form. I don't do the chewables or the ones that dissolve. Ugh, ugh. It makes me want to throw up just thinking about it. But I take 1 or 2 of these at nighttime, and within about 30 minutes, I'm ready to fall asleep. It relaxes my body just enough to where my legs are not causing me any problems, and I can sleep through the night. Once I've fallen asleep, I'm pretty much good. Now, if you get to the point where you have tried this and you have done all kinds of things, again, I'm going to say, ask your OB. Tell them what is going on. They should be your best friend right now, okay? Do not be afraid. No question is stupid. Nothing, anything that you could possibly think of, ask them. Because this should be a time that you enjoy. And like I said, of course, there's parts that are not fun, but it should really be like the best time of your life. You should be remembering all these times, all the fun things, all the cool things about it. And if you're having issues like that, just ask the doctor. I promise you, even though people say, oh, you can't take anything when you're pregnant, there are plenty of things that the doctor is going to prescribe to you or tell you to buy over the counter that will work for you. So always ask. Now, this one, I actually just tried during this pregnancy. This is the Mary Ruth's vitamin brand. It is the D3 plus B12 gummies, and these are, you know, vegan and non-GMO, gluten-free, all of those good things. These are awesome. Now, I don't think that everybody needs to take these unless necessary. If you want to just add it in because you need more energy, so you get the B12, or if you really are low in D, then I would take this. This pregnancy, am very, very low in D. I don't know what happened. I feel like we've all been low in D, vitamin D forever, but this pregnancy, when they did my blood work, they said it was so bad I had to get on medication. So I got on some medication, and after I was done with the 6 weeks of that medication, they told me to supplement it with something over the counter. So this is what I've been taking. I really love this because the B12 is in there, so you're getting that energy. In the first trimester, you're gonna need that energy, and in the third trimester. The second trimester, you don't need it as much because you're starting to feel good. You're not, you know, throwing up anymore if that's what was going on in the first trimester. But it's always good to have. Plus these gummies taste really good, and they're not very big. I'll show y'all what they look like. They're these little tiny raspberry things, teeny tiny, and they taste good. So that's always a plus. Now, if you are, some people in their pregnancy, for one, your sense of smell gets really heightened, and some people also have problem with textures when they're eating, and that can make them gag or throw up, even throughout the pregnancy, not just in the beginning when you have morning sickness. So if the gummy thing isn't for you, there is pill form and everything. So if you know that you can't do the gummies, but you are okay with swallowing a pill, always make sure you look out for that. Amazon, for me, is like my best friend. I find everything on there. So if you need a pill form, there is a pill form for everything, I promise. Okay, going back to having restless leg syndrome and taking a bath every night. When I take a bath every night, I actually do this whether I'm pregnant or not, but especially when I'm pregnant, by the time nighttime rolls around and I've put my 3 kids to bed and all day long I'm exhausted, my body hurts, my back, everything is sore, I always take a bath. I add in a bubble bath, but my favorite thing is this Dr. TEALS Epsom salt. This stuff, and I put mine in a little cute mason jar. This is what I leave on the bathtub so that when I go to take a bath, I just open the jar, pour some in, and it looks really pretty. You don't have to do that, obviously, but this brand is my favorite. I buy like the lavender one. This is the Restore and Replenish with the pink Himalayan mineral soak salt. So it really doesn't matter which kind, but the Epsom salt is really the key. That is what's going to help your body calm, your muscles calm down, your bones, your joints, like everything. It just seeps in there and makes everything feel so good. So when you go to bed and you lay down, your body just feels replenished, your muscles feel loose, you're ready to fall asleep. So to me, this is a definite must. And even after you have the baby, you're going to want this also, because as you're recovering, the Epsom salt is really going to help you recover faster when you take a bath, when they allow you to take a bath. I should say that part, because you can't take one right away, but we'll get to that in a later video. Okay, something else I want to talk about that is actually food related. This is not for everyone, just because it's a preference for people, but when you're pregnant, you're gonna be so dang hungry all the time, and you're gonna eat, and then 10 minutes later, you're gonna feel like you haven't eaten. And that's mainly because your stomach is getting pushed up. So you make yourself a big plate, you're only able to eat 5 bites, you feel so full like you're gonna pop. 10 minutes later, it's finally digested, half of it's gone to the baby, and you're hungry again. This I have loved. I started drinking these protein shakes when I was in my first trimester, and I'm a chocoholic, so the taste alone, just, I want to drink them all day long. And I think you can drink up to 2. I always drank 2 a day, like 1 in the morning and 1 later on at night, to give me that like chocolatey taste. If I really wanted something sweet, I would end up drinking this. But this is Baby Booster, the prenatal protein formula. This is in the flavor Kona Mocha, and you can mix whatever you want in it. I just put milk. I even added a little peanut butter in there, sometimes even a little teaspoon of Nutella, because I love Nutella. I mean, come on, chocolate. Peanut butter and chocolate, the best. So they also come in other flavors, but this stuff, as you can, there's like hardly any left. I need to order more. Oh my gosh. And this is really good to take when you have morning sickness. So in the first trimester, when you have morning sickness, some people even have morning sickness into the 2nd trimester and almost 3rd trimester. If you have that problem, this is going to be so good for you, because you're going to need something in your stomach. You're going to need that protein. The baby needs the protein. This also has all the prenatal vitamins that you need in it. So I did take my prenatal on top of this, and it's not going to hurt you or the baby, but giving me all those extra nutrients, giving me a little bit more energy, making sure I stayed fuller longer, and also taking away that morning sickness feeling was the best. So if y'all have not tried a protein shake when you're pregnant, this one is meant for pregnancy. I definitely would make sure that you look for that. Don't just buy any protein shake, because some of the stuff that comes in it is actually not good for baby. So you want to make sure that it's either meant for a prenatal shake or for baby and mama, or just check the ingredients and make sure that it's all good. Okay, moving on to body. Of course, we all have that baby bump. It's popping out big time in the 2nd trimester. The first, you may not see as much, it may be just a little, but the 2nd trimester, you are gonna pop. For me, all 4 of my pregnancies, around 21 to 23 weeks, it literally looks like I gained 10 pounds in like 3 days. So all of my kids pop around that time, and it's not me gaining the weight, it's actually the baby having a growth spurt. And some people it's different. Sometimes it happens sooner than that. Sometimes they don't get that till they're 30 weeks along. It just depends. But for me personally, every single one of my pregnancies between 21 and 23 weeks, I gain 8 to 9 pounds in a week. And then after that, you go back to gaining, you know, half a pound or 1 pound every like 2 weeks or something like that. So the baby goes through the growth spurt. Now, when that happens, your body has to stretch and your skin has to stretch. Now, stretch marks are genetic. No matter what anybody tells you, they are genetic. But if you're not putting cream on your stomach, you're just making it worse for your skin and making yourself prone to more stretch marks. So that is why they make belly butters and belly oils and all of those things, because as the skin is stretching, it's moving away from each other. That's how the stretch marks are made. If you're not putting oils and creams to make sure that you're lathering up and lubricating that area so that as it stretches out, it's not gonna get all of those stretch marks or tiger lines, you're not helping yourself out, okay? This is my absolute favorite. I've used this for every single pregnancy. I actually use their products when I'm not pregnant because they have a line for pregnancy and not pregnant. Everything is natural. It's all really, really good for you and baby, and it smells really good. And it all works. So this is the Mama Mio brand, the tummy rub butter. I like the butter. I'm not a big oil person, but what I do is when I get in the 2nd and 3rd trimester, on top of this, I will add in some bio oil, which you can find at a CVS or a Walgreens, you know, your local grocery store. Add that in, either put this in my hand and then add some pumps of the bio oil, or I'll put this on first and then add the oil, just to give it a little extra. Now, a little tip, if you're sitting down and all of a sudden your tummy starts to itch and you go to itch it, stop yourself. Do not itch it. Do not use your fingernails. Do not use a towel or rubbing it like this, because what you're doing is you're pulling the skin apart as you're itching, and that's gonna cause a stretch mark. So the minute you feel an itch, have the cream on hand and just start rubbing it right on that spot that itches, and let the cream soak in as much as possible. That is gonna be, excuse me, that is gonna be your best bet at preventing stretch marks. Now again, I have to reiterate this because people just think that there's these magical products that make you never have stretch marks, and there's people out there that never get stretch marks. But I'm telling you, it is genetic. I don't have very many. I'm very blessed in that way. But I do have stretch marks. I have stretch marks for every single pregnancy, and what's really cool is I know exactly which ones were made by which baby. So I actually love them, but at the same time, like I said, I don't have tons of them. So I will say though, the creams, they smell heavenly and they feel so good. I'm serious, y'all. Like almost all these products I'm showing y'all right now, I'm actually about to order tomorrow because I'm pretty much out because I use them so much. All right, y'all, now, I can't talk today. Now we're moving on to clothing and clothing and things like that. So by this time, like I said, your belly is gonna pop out. A lot of the leggings or the jeans that you were wearing before and using little hacks with, you know, to keep the button closed and all of that, those aren't going to be cutting it anymore, because not that you can't button them or that you can't still use those hacks, but the bigger the belly gets, the lower part of your belly is going to hurt more. So if you're putting pressure on that part and that's where the baby is sitting, not only is it going to be uncomfortable for baby, but it's really going to be uncomfortable for you. This is the time when you're gonna want those maternity leggings or jeans that come up over the belly. And that, I'm telling you guys, a lot of people don't like that because they think, well, for one, they don't wanna have to order anything that they can't wear after pregnancy. Number two, I just think people think like, oh, it's gonna be so uncomfortable. I'm gonna have something all the way up to my boobs. Like, what the heck? I promise y'all, when you get to this point, you just want to be comfortable, and you still want to look cute and you want to wear cute things. So this is why they make really cool maternity clothes. Now, the first ones I'm going to show you are jeans, and this is a brand that I just found out about this pregnancy, which I hate. I wish I would have known about them in my first pregnancy, because after getting these jeans, I love them so much, I have to figure out a way I can wear them after after I have the baby. These are from the, I want to make sure I'm saying their name right. They are LED or LED Luxe Essentials Denim. Now, I did find these on Poshmark because I looked everywhere for them, and if I did find them, they were out of stock, or I just couldn't find the ones that I wanted, which I did want the more, the boyfriend fit and distressed look. And I really like these because the belly part, you can see here, the belly band is actually not very big. A lot of these other jeans, you'll find this belly band will be like this big from here to here. It'll be so big, and that thing will be up over your boobs. So I do love that. It's shorter in the back, which I love. And then these ones have a lot of distressing. These are actually cropped also, but they have the distressing on the bottom, and you can, like I said, being the boyfriend fit, they just make it so comfy. So they're not the skinny jeans that are too tight and constricting. I wear them around the house a lot, and I can still move around in them, and I feel comfortable to lounge on the couch or to do things around the house. So I definitely recommend investing into a good pair of maternity jeans. Now, right now I'm pregnant in the summertime, and you think, when the heck am I gonna wear jeans in the summer? That's your preference. I personally love wearing jeans. I still wear leggings, all of those things, even though it's hot out. I'll put a t-shirt or a tank on with it. But me personally, I knew I wanted a pair of maternity jeans to wear if I wanted to wear them. And because of this, I'll actually be able to wear these jeans through my postpartum, because obviously your belly has to go down, and it goes down slowly. It does not snap back like that. Some people are luckier than others, especially if it's your first kid or you're in your 20s. It will snap back a lot quicker than me, for example, being my fourth, and I'm 33 years old. So these will be comfy for postpartum as well, which I love. And these are the only maternity jeans I own. I didn't buy like 3 different pair, different styles. Number one being summertime. If I was pregnant in the winter, I probably would have bought like 2, maybe 3 max. But the other reason is because obviously I'm not gonna wear these forever. You know, after I have baby and my body's gone back down, I'm not going to be wearing these forever. So you don't want to spend that much money because they can be kind of pricey, which is why I recommend shopping on Poshmark or Mercari or one of those kind of places where they're hand-me-downs, or even, you know, people are selling them at a discount. You can get a great deal like that. I mean, these I think originally are like $99, and I got them for $34. So super good deal. Tags and everything still on it, never worn. So I definitely love these. And now, like I just said a minute ago, is the maternity leggings. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll leave my handle here. You should. I share a ton of like my pregnancy outfits of the day, or different pregnancy and non-maternity clothing that I like to wear. Or if you have kids, I do share my kids' clothing, especially my daughter. She has super cute clothes. She has way better outfits than I do. But if you have followed me on Instagram, then you know my favorite leggings of all time, whether you're pregnant or not, are BLANQI girls leggings. These are the maternity. I have like 6 pair from them because I have like a couple maternity, I have postpartum ones, I have sport ones, I have pretty much everything that they have. But these are the maternity ones. These were in my first trimester must-haves, because just like the jeans, you are gonna wanna invest in a really good pair of maternity leggings. These, the best leggings I've ever bought, I've ever worn. Hands down, amazing. The material is super soft, super stretchy. In the belly area, super stretchy. So it goes from first trimester all the way up to 3rd trimester. And then they also have postpartum wear. So it goes up high like these, up over the belly, but it's super tight on the belly. So it really helps suck everything in after you've had the baby and hold everything in. It makes you feel really good. They actually came out with tons of new colors, which I would love to have. And they also recently came out with maternity jeans. They have the biker short maternity shorts. They have dresses. I mean, they have tank tops. They have it all. And not only for pregnancy, like I said, but also for postpartum, or even if you're just somebody that loves to work out and loves those kind of, that kind of gear, they have that too. So definitely check them out if you're looking for leggings. They also offer Afterpay, because just like the jeans, they're not like $25, $30. They're around 60 to 70. I think some might be 80, just depending on what style and what kind you're getting. But they've actually had a couple sales recently, which I think is because of the pandemic. They're trying to give back and help people out that really want these leggings. But they do have Afterpay, so I have to say I take advantage of that every single time, even if I know I can pay for it. I'm like, what the heck? Just put like 4 pair in there. I'll just pay it over time. No big deal. Yeah. But definitely get you some really good maternity leggings, okay? Even if you have 1 pair of maternity leggings, 1 pair of maternity jeans, and then some maternity shorts, you're good to go, okay? That's all you need. Then you get the cute tops. It's perfect. Now, next thing, especially for the summertime, but even in the winter, because this would look really cute with some over-the-knee booties and stuff like that, is a really nice bodycon dress. I'm actually wearing one right now. This is just an old camo, like tank top bodycon dress that I bought like Forever 21 a long time ago. This is my little bodycon dress, super comfy. I just tie this shirt up here. You could tie it on the side also, but so dang comfortable, y'all. Definitely my go-to, especially if it's a really hot day. The easiest thing for me to just throw on is a dress like this, whether it's a tank top or a t-shirt dress. This one I got from Amazon. I really like this one. It is the t-shirt fit, so it's got the T sleeves on the side, and then it is the bodycon fit. I do like how the bottom has like a little V cut, and even though this is white, it is not see-through. It is super, it's like double material in there, front and back, so you won't have to worry about anybody seeing through that. But I've worn this many times by itself, and also with like a sweatshirt tied up over the bump, or even a t-shirt tied up over the bump, or a cardigan. Super cute. Definitely something that you can get, and these are not maternity, neither is this camo one. I just buy regular bodycon dresses. You find them all over Amazon, Forever 21, H&M, those kind of places. You can find them anywhere, any length, you know, sleeveless, t-shirt, all of that, and you can wear them when you're pregnant and when you're not pregnant. They are the best thing to have, and they're so dang comfortable to wear. So I would definitely recommend these. This t-shirt one from Amazon comes in tons of colors also, and it comes in a tank version too. Last clothing item are slip-on shoes. Once you get to the halfway 2nd trimester into the 3rd trimester, you are not going to be able to bend over and put your shoes on. And if you have shoes that have laces or buckles or any of those kinds of things, it is not going to work out for you. I promise you. I've tried to like hold my breath before and lean over and get it on, and then I can't get over my heel, and then I'm losing my breath. It is the most uncomfortable feeling in the world, and unless you have somebody there to put your shoes on whenever you need to, it's not a good thing. So it being summer, obviously we're wearing a lot of sandals. Those are slip-ons, that's pretty easy. But if you want to wear some cute tennis shoes, my go-to are these Vans slip-ons. I got these recently, which I love. I've been wanting these for a long time, so I was really happy about these. But obviously any color or anything that you want. So if you have like, if you're into the mules, the slip-on mules and that kind of thing, or the slip-on flats, that's great. I'm not personally into that. I like tennis shoes and flip-flops or boots, and obviously I'm not going to be wearing boots. So you definitely need you a pair of some really comfy and cute and super easy slip-ons. Always remember that. when you get these kinds of shoes, they should not be so tight that you have to lean down to pull them over your heel. If you can slip your foot in while you're standing and get them on your feet, that is what you need, okay? Always remember that when you're trying shoes on. And always remember, if you're buying shoes while you're pregnant, I always go like a half size up, knowing I can still wear them after pregnancy, but your feet and your ankles are going to swell a little bit, especially as you get into the further months into your pregnancy. No matter who you are, if it doesn't happen until your last 3 weeks of pregnancy, I promise you it's gonna happen. And whether you walk around a lot and stand up a lot or you don't at all, it's just the blood flow in our bodies. When you get pregnant, you have like double and triple the blood flow that you normally do for the baby, obviously. But that is what ends up causing all of the puffiness around your ankles and your feet and all of that. A lot of times the blood, if you're standing up, it's not able to circulate back up. So what it does is it kind of pulls down by your calves and your feet, which also causes the heaviness feeling. If you've ever felt like your legs feel like elephant legs, like you feel like you can barely pick them up or you can't bend your legs, that is what that is. Just FYI, because I have that. I also have varicose veins and some other problems, which doesn't help, but I learned that after my second pregnancy. I learned that because I did go to the doctor to figure out what the heck was going on, and that is what's going on. So you need you some good slip-ons, and always make sure, if you can't just slip your foot right in, get a half size bigger so that it's easy to slip on. All right, last but not least, this is something that everybody is gonna want. And you may think right now, well, I don't need that. I don't have that problem. You're gonna have that problem, okay? I'm telling you. This is a belly band. What's a belly band? This one actually has these are flexible little bars back here. This is what goes on your back. So it does help with my spine also, because I do have lower back problems, and pregnancy has really made them worse every single time it does. So, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that other than my creams and my rollers and things like that. So a belly band is something that you wear when your lower tummy starts to feel heavy. And when your tummy starts to feel heavy, your back ends up taking the brunt of it. So your back is going to end up hurting worse if it doesn't already hurt, especially if you're doing things around the house and you're trying to clean, or if you have other kids like I do and you're picking them up. No, we're not supposed to. I do it anyways. I mean, my daughter's only a year old, so I have to. She's like, if I don't pick her up and hold her, she's a diva. She'll like throw a fit and I can't handle it. So I pick her up. So anyways, this one I did find on Amazon again, super cheap. I think it was like 15 bucks, and it works amazing. And I've had a couple different belly bands. I've actually had some like more expensive ones from my last pregnancy, and I hated them. So this thing is lightweight. It's not heavy, but so it goes on, like this part goes on your back, and then you wrap these ones around the front of the tummy, and you can tighten it as much as you want, and you want it to fit right under the belly, like it's lifting up the belly. So the back part goes on. When you put the belly band under the belly, you literally want it to feel like it's lifting you up. And then I love this one because it also has these ones here that are stretchier. So once you have it on, if you feel like, well, it's not really holding it up really well, it's not tight enough, then each side you pull them out and then put them under the belly also. And that gives you extra, I was about to say extra coverage. It's not coverage. It gives you like an extra lift and comfort. So this thing has literally become my best friend. I love it. Now, obviously wearing a dress today, I don't really wear it on top of my dress. You could wear it under your clothes if you want, but especially if I'm wearing leggings or jeans or shorts, I put this thing on all the time. And if you know you're gonna be out and about, you know you're gonna go shopping or you're gonna go walking or any of those kinds of things, that's when you're gonna wanna wear it, because that's when it's gonna hurt the most. So just a little tip there, a little FYI. Like I said, if you don't already have back pain or even belly pain from it feeling so heavy, you are gonna get it. I promise you that. So invest in this now, start wearing it now so that it really gives you relief on your back, so that you're not waiting until the last minute where you feel like your back's gonna give out, or you're dying, or you're walking around with your arms under your belly trying to hold it up with your arms because it feels so heavy when you're walking. The other sensation that you can start getting is cramping down in your uterus area, right down by your pelvis. And that usually is a sign that it's too heavy on your body. Either you're up doing too much, number one. And number two, if you are up doing too much, if you have this on, I promise you it won't cramp. But up doing too much, or the belly just is getting bigger and bigger. Maybe baby really likes to be down low, which every kid I've had, the more I've had, each one wants to be lower and lower and lower and lower. I don't know why. And it sucks for me, and I always feel like the baby is about to come out, even though I'm not even in my second trimester. So I don't know if that's because I've had multiple children and it's just like made room down there. It's like all stretched out. I don't know, but that's how it feels. It feels like the baby is trying to bury themselves as low as possible and is not very comfortable. It actually is very painful. So this helps a whole lot. Now this is something extra that I want to add in. I don't have it right here to show you, but if you have a tennis ball or some kind of a massage muscle roller, a lot of people use those that work out or do yoga to roll their muscles out. But if you do have back pain, the best thing you can get is a tennis ball or a softball. And if it's right around, you know, your pelvis or your butt, or any of those places, you're gonna wanna hit those pressure points, and you're not gonna be able to do it with your hand. And if you can't find a really good prenatal masseuse, which they do have those, but for me, it's really hard to find a good one, then you're gonna want this because you're gonna need it. It's gonna hurt. It actually does not feel very good when you're doing it. It doesn't feel like this luxurious massage, but I promise you it really, really helps. So what you do is you put that ball on the ground, and then you kind of sit on it pretty much, or try to put it in that area, either on your spine, your low back, or your pelvis, and then lean on it and start rolling on that ball, and you will feel that ball pushing into those muscles and in those joints and ligaments in that area that really hurts. And once you get to that point where it hurts so bad, leave it on that spot and start breathing in deep breaths and letting them out to release, you know, the toxins and whatever else is holding that so tight. So a lot of times, because we end up favoring one side or the other, or the baby shifts to one side of the belly, then our bodies are going to automatically shift the other way, and those muscles are going to get tight. That's what causes a lot of different joint pain, especially sciatic pain. If you have sciatic, this is going to be your number one thing that you're going to want to do. The tennis ball right on that sciatic joint, right where it's just like, oh, it's just burning so bad, it's going down your leg and your butt. If you're able to do that every day and stretch out the back part of your butt and your back legs, I promise you it will help you so much. I've had it all, y'all. I've had the pelvis problems, I've had fire crotch is what they call it, where it feels like the front of your pelvis is just being ripped apart. I've had, you know, the lower back pain, which a lot of mine stems from, you know, I have I have arthritis problems, and I also have disc problems. But even if you don't have those problems, you are gonna get back pain because your body's carrying a human. You're like you're not gaining, but all this weight is being added to your body from this baby, and it's all hanging on one side. You know what I mean? Of course your back is gonna hurt. Of course you're gonna be overcompensating in different areas, like the back side of your legs or your butt or your lower back, even your shoulders. So make sure that you guys listen to your body. If you have questions about it, always ask your OB. Like I said before, they are your best friend. Do not be afraid to ask them for any kind of help, for any medication, for anything that you think that you might need, or maybe they can suggest something else that they think would be better. Never ever feel fearful to ask questions. It's your pregnancy. You are in charge. This is your body, okay? Always remember that. You want to enjoy this time. You don't want it to be something that you look back on and say, I don't ever want to do that again because it was so horrible. Of course, we're going to have times where it's not fun, you know, like the constipation or the back pain or even labor, for example. But majority of it, to me at least, I love being pregnant because I love all those other things and I focus on those. I don't focus on the pain. I don't focus on these other crappy things that happen. I focus on the great and the fun times, and that's what I remember. I remember those times. So make sure that you're making this pregnancy the best pregnancy you've ever had. If you've had multiple, or if it's your first, you want this to be something that you remember in a good way and that you enjoy, and you remember this time bonding with your baby in your belly and having a great time with your baby. Also with your partner, making sure they're involved as well. I think I've rambled on enough about pregnancy and all of these fun things. I hope y'all learned something today, or you know, found a new product or a new brand that you want to try. I would love for you guys to follow me on my last pregnancy journey, my 4th pregnancy. And if you would, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my next videos. And give this video a thumbs up if you are pregnant or you like my pregnancy content. That really helps me out. I think I love to watch this kind of stuff. I personally love seeing, even though this is my 4th pregnancy, I love seeing other people's, you know, must-haves and essentials and things that they love to try, just so I can get an idea of some other things that I'd like to try as well. I mean, we never stop learning. It doesn't matter how many kids we've had, we never stop learning. Each pregnancy is different. They always come out with new products and new things to try, which I love. But yeah, so if this is something that you like, this is the kind of content you like, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Like I said before, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.